Hi guys, it's Miss Humphrey here with a math video. Today we are starting a whole new unit about fractions. So I'm going to review real quickly some information you'll need to know about fractions, and then we're going to talk about equivalent fractions is going to be the focus of this lesson. Fractions are something that are all around us, and it's something that you will use all of the time. So I'm really excited to teach you these lessons because they totally relate to a lot of things that you might be doing at home, whether it's baking, eating, cooking, measuring at home, making a project, whatever it might be. Fractions are something that you can use all the time. So real quick, I'm going to review. In a fraction, they're usually written with one number on top of another number. And what that means is part over whole. So let me show you this example. Here we have how many sections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 whole sections. There are 5 sections in that shape. So that's the number that goes on the bottom. The whole shape is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The part that is shaded is just one of those 5 parts. And so you would write that as 1/5. Today we're talking about equivalent fractions, and all that means means 2 fractions that are equal to each other. So one way I'm going to demonstrate an equivalent fraction is I'm just going to break this shape apart. Do you agree that it's still the same amount of the shape that's shaded in? Totally. These are equivalent, but we have new numbers. So my whole shape is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The whole shape has 10 sections, and what part of it is filled in? 2. So what that means is 1/5 is equal to 2/10. 1/5 is equal to 2/10. Let's try another one. I'm going to draw a new shape. Thank you for your patience while I draw this. Okay, so in both of these shapes, we have 1, 2, 3 sections. So that's the whole. And in this top shape, how many of those 3 sections are colored in? 2. So one way that we can make an equivalent shape is if I break this shape up, it's still the same exact amount that's colored in, but I'm going to have new numbers to represent my fraction. So I'm going to choose to break this shape up in half. And when I break that shape up in half, there's now how many sections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of those 6 sections, how many are filled in? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means 2/3 and 4/6 are equivalent fractions. Because if we see them on paper, they look exactly the same in terms of how much is filled in of the shape. It's just that we have more sections to break them up in. So next I'm going to write some fractions, and I want you to think about, are these equivalent, yes or no? And we can draw pictures to help. The The first one is 1/6 and 2/12. So go ahead and draw yourself a picture and try to see, are these equivalent? So the way that I would go about drawing it is draw a shape, break it up into 6, however you want, just make sure they're 6. Draw that shape again, I'm going to fill in 1/6 and 1/6. And then I'm going to ask myself, how could I make this shape broken up into 12s? How could I break this shape up into 12s? So I know that I have 6, so I can actually break them all into 2 more. So if I have 6, I can break them up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And how many of them are filled in? 1, 2. So is 2/12 equivalent to 1/6? Do these look like the same exact amount filled in? Yeah. The other way you might be noticing a pattern, 1 times 2 is 2, and 6 times 2 is 12. So that's a good way to check your work. Let's try another one. The next one I'm going to do is 2/5 and 6/10. So I'm going to draw an image that's broken up into 5, and I'm going to draw it again. Why did I pick 5? I'm going to start with my smaller denominator, and I need 5 because that's the whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The part is how much? It's 2, so I'm going to color in 1, 2, and I'm going to do that to both. And now I have 5 sections, but this shape is supposed to have 10, so I'm going to cut them in half. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is this whole. And if it's exactly the same, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4/10. The number they gave us is 6/10. So are these equivalent? No, they are not. I'm going to write an equal sign and put an X right through it. They are not equivalent, because 10/6 would look like this. And is that the same amount that's colored in over here? No. Which fraction's actually more? The 10/6. Okay, I'm going to do one more that I want you to try on your own, and then come back and check in with me. This one is going to be 1/3 and 4/12. I'm going to pause here. Go ahead and draw your shape and check if they're equivalent. Hopefully you paused and you're coming back to check your work. I'm going to draw a shape that's broken up into thirds, because that's my smaller amount. I'm going to draw it again. I'm going to color in 1. Color in 1. So both of these right now have 1/3 colored. The whole is 3, and I colored in 1. So now I need to break up this shape on this side into how many sections? 12. So the denominator always tells you how many sections there are. The top is numerator, the bottom's denominator. So I'm going to break this piece up. When I cut it in half, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm almost there because I need 12. So that means I think I need to cut this section in half, and this section in half. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And how many of my sections are colored in? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 12. So these are equivalent. Because I broke it up into 12 and 4 of them were colored in. It wouldn't be equivalent if, say, these ones were also colored in. That would no longer be equivalent because that would be 2/3 of my shape. I'm going to post a Google form with some questions for you to try on your own. And if you have any questions, please reach out and I can host a Google Meet, okay? I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I'll see you tomorrow.